Naoya Inoue against Nonito Donaire. Expected for me, not gonna lie. Not sure about. Oh, that's the wrong one. Not sure about the knockout, but I did expect Inoue to win convincingly, to use my own words from last week.
Yeah, no, for me, I thought this fight was gonna go a little bit more than what it did. Of course, Nonito fought his way back into this title. You know, it was he won a title, a belt, to lure Inoue back to a rematch. I thought it was gonna be just as competitive. It was not. Naoya Inoue is definitely a monster. You called it. He thought it was gonna be he was gonna knock out Nonito. He did. He did in this fight what I thought Inoue was gonna do to Nonito in that first fight. You know, and because of that first fight, Donaire fighting a hell of a fight, I expected this to be something similar. Maybe not all 11 rounds, but I thought it was gonna go at least more than 7-8. But man, monster. And I messaged a couple people. You know, Naoya Inoue, he's making a case for that number 2 spot. I think I had him at 4 before, 4-3, but he's making a case for that number 2 spot. He has everything, man. He has speed, power, technique, killer instinct. Yeah, this kid is the whole package.
The brutal KO was tough to see, says Clyde. Felt bad watching Nonito get demolished like that. Inoue is a beast. Max says, now that's a fighter. Went from Haney to Inoue with the laughing emoji. Big Bro says, Naoya Inoue is a beast. Didn't think he would KO him that early, maybe 4 or 5. Nonito actually looked good in the first round before getting dropped. Yeah, and the thing was that Inoue, like, he didn't just go out there and brawl and demolish him. Like, it was competitive up until Nonito got caught. I mean, I know it's early, first couple rounds, but I think Inoue is just showing more weapons in his arsenal. You know, being smarter, and that's why I thought this fight was going to, go not necessarily the way it did, but this fight was going to lean more toward Inoue and convincingly, because he is a better fighter. I think he's a smarter fighter. I think, unfortunately for Nonito Donaire, he made Inoue a better fighter the first fight. Yeah. You know, I think Inoue learned from those mistakes and from getting many parts of his face broken against Nonito in the first one, and he's gotten a lot better. He's been stepping up and fighting better fighters, and he's showing it. I think he's been my number 2 pound for pound for a bit. I think I just go back and forth between him and Tyson Fury, but I think people are now starting to see it. And he used to have a lot of critics, you know, some friends of ours, you know, I used to criticize and saying, oh, he's beating nobodies, he's not beating good names. They are good names, you guys just don't know them. You know, they're not famous names, but you know, he has beating a lot of champions, and I think even better opponents than Nonito Donaire. Obviously, Nonito the most recognizable name, but we just saw the difference in this fight. Obviously, I think time and age didn't help Nonito, especially because he knows getting better, and Nonito probably slowing down a bit. But Nonito had a good run. He had a good run. He got that title back, got the rematch, like you said. Didn't go his way, but he shouldn't be ashamed of that. He lost against one of the best fighters in the world, and I think it deserves all the praise. But it's just kind of annoying how ESPN, right now, they're saying, oh, he's top pound for pound, or he's number 2 pound for pound, as they always do. But I hope they don't ruin the hype for me. But I think Nonito is the real deal.
Yeah, no, for me, so I wonder how many people got up this early to watch the fight. The fight started around 4:30 a.m. I got up, had my alarm set, I was ready to watch it, and just like Alexa's sentiments, that first round looked extremely competitive. Nonito had that spring in his feet where you're like, oh, he has to be careful because he could catch him with that hook. But yeah, after the fight, I didn't notice right away, but they mentioned how Naoya Inoue had those Cleto Reyes gloves, and those gloves are they call them the puncher's gloves, where not a whole lot of not as much padding as the other gloves. So those are meant for power punchers, and man, that's understandable how Inoue was able to get him out, because it was all power. It's like you're giving a power puncher even more power. And again, no shame in Nonito, losing or getting stopped by a fantastic fighter.
I wonder if Christian will move Inoue into a top 5. We know he still has Bud at number 1, says Clyde.
Number 2. Come on, Clyde. Clyde's not paying attention.
Jacob says Inoue is so well-rounded. A lot of people in agreement in the comment section. Derek, shout out to our guy Derek in the East Coast. Inoue top 3, 100%. Big Bro says Inoue number 1 P for P after that performance. Who else is KOing an elite champ? Jason says he's got to be solid top 3, along with Canelo and Usyk in any order. It's not a bad top 3. Derek getting flagrant there in the comment section. Said, fuck Paul Butler, move his ass up and fight Fulton. Jason says, I had my doubts, but this really solidifies it. Big Bro says, Inoue just entering his prime, too scary. And Max says, I think Nonito beats all the 122 pounders. Interesting. And that's an interesting one, right? Fulton, unified champ at 122. He just beat Danny Roman. Still have my doubts whether he beat, Figueroa or not. I thought that was a very close fight, but he seems to be the man now at 122, and we'll see. Inoue, he's looking to get the last piece. I think he needs one more or two, I forget, at 118, and then possibly move up. And it's going to be very interesting to see if his power is as effective, at 22.